Okay, so today's been off to a really rough start. I had some issues with my bank. So Sage and I are here at the coffee shop. We're coming up with our plan. So
it's day 5.
yeah, I guess you can say it is day 5, kind of. Yep. But anyway, yeah, we're sitting here trying to figure out our plan. So stay tuned.
About to.
Yep, we are about to. So stay tuned and
Can I say peace?
Yep. No, not yet. It's not the end of the thing yet.
Outside.
Before we even press play to come up with our plan, things weren't going my way. Like my morning started off crazy with my bank. I don't know what was going on. I was on customer service, and I really had to model in front of my daughter patience, because I wanted to explode. Because my patient when it comes to customer service and like things that should be simple, and it just feels complicated. I get very frustrated. I go from 1 to 100 real quick. So it was really I had to model patience in front of her, and then she asked me, "Daddy, are you okay?" And I had to tell her, like, you know what? No, I'm not okay right now. And I had to explain to her that, when things don't go your way, this is how you have to navigate. But because I was physically showing that things weren't okay, and so it's that's a lesson. When things aren't going your way, is like how you navigate through that, and then most importantly, how you model that to people that you lead. And I could have easily said, "Oh yeah, everything's going well," but that wasn't the case. You have to be transparent. You gotta let people know, what it is. So that was definitely a test of, a micro test of character in front of my daughter.
What do you do when things don't go your way? Leave it on a comment.
It seems like things are back on track. So I'm back here, putting together, how to make this vlog as leveraged as possible. And where I start at is looking at my proof points and earned insights. So what does that mean? So in order for me to share with someone else, like, hey, this has worked for me, this has transformed my identity. I mean, that's a pretty big claim. And it was a promise to myself. I have to provide proof of that. I have to provide, what are the we talked about earned insights a few episodes ago. What are the earned insights? Like, what insights am I bringing to the table that makes this all make sense? So that's what I'm doing right now. If you see over here, you see I'm doing an audit of proof points, all the proof points right here. And then that goes into like the business model and the lifestyle monetization. Now, and I'll explain those layers later. That was a tough one to say. I'll explain those later. Layers later. And so this is where I'm at on this right here. So I'm just breaking this part down. And then as we go, I'll start to share how this all makes sense. Because on the other side, as you go through, as you fill this gap, it goes back to the proof points and earned insights. And it's just this loop of continually iterating on it. So I'm taking you behind the scenes on the business model behind the vlog as I'm building it in real time. I had to step away from the computer for a little bit, my laptop for a little bit, just to get some fresh air, take a nice little stroll in the neighborhood. And one thing I was just thinking about now, bear with me here, really bear with me here. As I'm working on the business model behind the vlog, it just gave me this really meta feeling, because I'm actually building the business model inside of the vlog that I'm recording right now. I know that's the nerd in me nerding out, but it speaks to the power of the internet. It speaks to the power of what the nature of the internet, where I can pull out my phone that I paid $1,000 some bucks for, record myself, upload that recording onto a platform that can get the message out to people that I would never have access to. But then on top of that, share behind the scenes on the business model inside of the vlog. That's very meta. And that's into my teeth. Oh, I got it. My lunch. Anyway, yeah, so that's a very meta concept. And I was thinking about it, and it's not fully developed, as you can tell, but I wanted to just mark the idea, the concept itself. And as I move on through this process, I want to see how this all plays out. As you will see how this all plays out. So I'm going to continue my walk, and then stay tuned. Bring that idea home back into reality a little bit. It really speaks to your identity. Like on social media, you have so many split identities, and that's what the internet pretty much unlocks. The internet unlocks your multiple identities within yourself. So for instance, like for me, I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I'm a business person, I'm an American, I'm black, I like hip hop. Like all of these identities, or how I identify myself, gets unlocked in terms of expression. So when you're on a platform like a Twitter or a YouTube, when you're on these platforms, you have the new opportunity is to be able to bring your whole self to that platform. And that's where that transformation happens at. And it happens because you're integrating all of these selves to you. I didn't mean for this vlog to get so philosophical, but it just has me thinking in this way. And really, as I'm thinking about like the points of proof, like I'm also trying to explain how I was able to rewire my identity in under 120 days. Like how I view the world. And I'm trying to think, like, how was that able to happen at that speed? And I didn't even add the part about how I used AI. That's a whole nother angle. So that's it for now. So this is what I want you to do. Grab a pen, get a piece of paper, and write down identity in all caps. Identity. We'll talk about it later. You have to understand our identities have evolved over the canon of time. Going from, the invention of the individual is a pretty new invention. And when I say new, I'm saying 100 to 200 years old. It's a new invention. So what we're seeing, in our this power struggle that we're seeing is we're moving into this new era of our identity and our individuality and what that all means. And that's where this power struggle that we're seeing right now is coming from. And I'm not going to spend too much time here, but I just want to point your attention here to um, this transition from individualism to post-individualism. So the source of power, the social structure, the religious beliefs, the institutions, the key challenges, the primary value, these things are shifting. Where before the source of power was from capital and politics, where now it's moving to capital and communities. In terms of how our social society is structured, it was in the corporations and nations. Now it's internet native groups. So this is just a taste of the value of what I want to express out into the market for people why the way I'm structuring myself is based on a lot of this. Even like religious beliefs, Christianity, and the self and the saving of the self or the soul. Um, that idea is shifting to wait, people are waking up like, wait, I have multiple selves. So which self is going to be saved? And then it's moving into not just the self, but the network, where, in that, religious belief is the personality is saved. And that's the concept. And, these things are shifting. So I just want to share this with you as I'm just going through this whole process, and I'm doing it in a way that it's real time for you. And you're literally watching how the sausage is being made and the ideation that's going into it, and you'll see the final product. As I'm putting all the ingredients together, right now. But I just want to just emphasize, this idea of identity. Like, our identity has been weaponized against us, and this avenue that I'm sharing could be a way for us to reclaim our identities and reclaim our own stories. And I think that's the thing that had an impact on me in that short amount of time, because it was a tangible thing that I was able to do to really reclaim my identity and not allow myself to be all over the place. So that's that.